Hi, I'm Davina, and I'm just going to do a quick video to introduce myself and share the person who influenced me the most to be the giver that I am. And that person is my mother. Growing up, we had a really, it wasn't always easy. And my mother was always someone who was giving, even if she had so little. And sometimes, when you're a kid, you don't recognize the sacrifice that your parent had to make to help get you where you were. And so, without her, I wouldn't be who I am. And so just a little bit of her story, and I'm pretty sure she doesn't mind sharing some of the things that she had to go through to help me and my sister get to where I am. But, there are times, and I'm very proud of my mom, the person she is today. But, there are times where we didn't have food and it required my mom to do things that, she may not be the most proud of, Sorry. And there are times where I know making me nervous. We'll cut this part out. Keep going because we can edit it. We can edit it. Pause for a second. I don't know if I can finish this whole thing.
I find it easy to give because it doesn't take much to give. You don't have to have a lot to have a giving heart. And Davina's right. We were poor. I was raised very poorly. I remember growing up as a kid that we didn't have food to eat. I mean, sometimes we didn't know where our next meal was coming from. But my mother had a giving heart, and I think she installed it into us. And even when my girls, Davina and her sister Keisha, we didn't have anything, but during the holidays, Thanksgiving, I used to always kind of make sure we had a good Thanksgiving meal. But before we had Thanksgiving, I used to take the girls and we used to go and we used to serve food at the soup line, because the homeless people, that's probably the only hot meal they get once a year. And like I said, it doesn't take much to be a giving person, because you just never know how you're going to touch somebody's heart by not even so much as just giving them food, just by saying, thank you, or open a door for somebody, or it doesn't take much to be a nice person in this world. And to me, it's always came easy. I don't really think about it. And when I think that when you give and you're doing it with the right heart, and you feel like God is putting that on your heart to give, and even if the person don't come back to you tenfold, it's not about what they did, it's what you did, what you felt like you should have been doing in your heart. Is that kind of how you feel, Davina?
I do. And there are times when we didn't have food, and I remember sometimes my mom would have to, like go into the store.
Are you going to tell some secrets here, Davina?
Yeah. She would go to the store and I would want certain things, and being the mother that she is, and sometimes she would steal those things. and she would steal this, and there's one point, and she's a different person now. But at one point, my mom sold drugs.
What? What? I never sold drugs. I never sold no drugs.
It's time. And sometimes we have to do to survive. And at the time, I had.
I'm listening.
Just try to get myself together.
Okay.
I had a lot of uncles.
What?
What?
A lot of
You
uncles.
looking at me for?
And as a kid, I just had uncles, and now as an adult, I understand what that is. But you have to survive. And so So without that sacrifice, me and my sister.
So you gotta say your mother was a whore? Oh my gosh! You really want some money for these wells, don't you, girl?